How do you get jacked training less? Now, I know most of you probably spending 3, 4, 5 hours at the gym, and I used to do the same. I used to spend, shit ton of time in the gym thinking that the more time I put in, the more results I'll get, and in some cases, that is true. Of course, if you're doing it right. But in the past 3 years of training, I've realized that the first year of me training, I spent not even a year, for a few months, I've wasted so much time, pretty much just not even training. I used to spend 3, 4, 5 hours in the gym, thinking that I'm training for 3, 4, 5 hours. But in reality, if you look at a graph and you look at how much time I spend, training and how much time I spent talking, being lazy, daydreaming, whatever, you will see that I spent maybe 80% of that time just not working out and 20% of the time actually working out, so around an hour. And most people to this day still do the same mistake. They still think that, oh, I'm spending 5 hours in the gym, surely I should be getting pretty big, pretty jacked. And sorry to tell you, but you're not gonna get, massive by spending more hours in the gym. What matters is what you actually do. And sometimes overtraining doesn't benefit you either. Because I used to train a certain muscle and I used to do 4 different exercises for that muscle, 4 sets, 12 reps each. And just like you probably did, I thought that, oh, I'm training so much, I should be getting pretty jacked. But in reality, because of the way I was training, after like 2, 3 exercises, I was already fatigued. The next exercise was pretty much pointless because I've spent so much energy training on the other exercises that the next muscle, for example, let's say I was doing triceps after that, I was really fatigued, I was really tired because I spent so much energy working on a different muscle. For example, when I was doing, let's say, incline bench press, instead of what I do now, I used to start with a warm-up, then gradually increase the weight. So I used to do 4 different sets. So I'll start with the warm-up, then I'll go over a somewhat heavy set, then an even heavier set, and then I'll go to the heaviest set I could possibly go to. And that was another mistake that I was doing. By the time I got to the heavier set, I was already missing out on a few reps and pretty much 3 gains, just because I was slowly increasing the weight. And to be honest, on the third set, I was already, I pretty much wasted all my energy. And then when it came to the last set, I've missed out on 2, 3 extra reps just because I pretty much burned my energy out on the third set. And most people still do the same mistake of increasing the weight, even though yes, it works if you have the energy. But the way you train, it also depends on how you train. And like I said, spending more time in the gym doesn't mean more progress. Because let's say there's 2 different people. There's person A and person B. Person A spends 10 hours on his laptop, but not 10 hours of working. He spends in that hour maybe working for 10 minutes. And the rest 50 minutes, he just spends chilling, daydreaming on his phone, and he does that for 10 hours straight. In reality, he actually worked for, let's say, an hour. But in his head, he thought he worked for 10 hours. And that's what most people still think. They've been in the gym for 3, 4 hours, but in reality, you've actually trained for like an hour. And you've just wasted so much time. And just like me, I used to also have to manage college, work, a relationship, and because I spent so much time at the gym, I didn't have the time. I was fatigued after the gym because I spent so much time in there overtraining myself. Eventually, after months of doing the same thing, I've realized that that's not ethical and that I have to change things up. And in just a few months of changing up my workouts and focusing on the things that actually move the needle, I was able to make some crazy progress. And I'm gonna show you the pictures right now, how I used to look, working out a shit ton of overtraining, working out for hours and hours, and how I looked after working out only an hour or 45 minutes or even less. And you can see that I made way more progress because I was focusing on the things that actually matters and doing the right workouts and actually doing the things that will make me grow bigger. And plus, if you stick to the end of the video, I'm gonna upload all my workout routines, how I work out each muscle, so you could copy me if you want. If not, you could try it out. But I'm gonna upload the pictures on top, somewhere around here, and you can look at them. But how I train now is very differently to how I used to train. what I do now is, for example, I'll give you, let's say incline bench press again. Or actually, let's say incline bench press Swift machine. How I train now is obviously you do a warm up, stretch. Most importantly, the way I'm going to train now, I have to make sure to stretch because I don't want to pull a muscle, I don't want to fuck up my shoulders or any other body part. But what I do is obviously warm up, push ups, and then what I do after that is I do a light warm up, Swift machine, incline bench, few reps. Pull a somewhat not. Let's say I'm able to do 80 kg on an incline Swift machine. I'll do 60 as a warm up, maybe get 5 to 8 reps, get the blood flowing, and then I'll go to straight away after that. Once I feel like I'm warmed up enough, I'll go straight to the 80 kg. Obviously, if that's my heaviest set. So you're already doing extra reps and you're getting stronger because you're doing more reps. And once you've done the most you can, then you drop set. And what I usually do is I drop set until I struggle to do the bar, and I aim for around 4 drop sets. And that pretty much mimics the same exercise, the same workout routine that I used to do before. I used to gradually increase weight, but now what I do is go straight to the heaviest weight because it just makes more sense. Now, you're doing straight away, you're doing the heaviest weight, you can do more reps. Obviously, you're damaging more tissues, which will eventually turn into muscle. And you're pretty much going down in weight to the point where you can't, pretty much move the bar. And I do that for every workout now. And I've been getting more stronger and bigger ever since. And because I'm doing this type of workout and I'm not doing 4 different sets and I'm doing only 1 set and I'm dropping, to be honest, depends how you feel. If I feel like, like fucking meathead, then I'll do another set of that. But usually 1 set is enough for me. And in total, doing chest day and triceps, it takes around 45 minutes, maybe to an hour. And because my workout is so short and so focused, I'm able to have way more time outside of the gym, all because I'm focusing on the things that actually matter. And I'm not doing the things that most people think that matters, spending more time. Because at the end of the day, the more you put in, the more you get out is right, but if you do it the right way. But now, if you're 40 or over and you work around the software industry and you want to get in shape, get lean for the summer, because obviously summer's coming up, you want to look good, feel good, feel free to click the link down below, free training on how I manage to get into incredible shape while having a busy life and how you can do the same. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope to see you in the next one.